All right, we're going to start. Ryan Ryder here with Steve Rockamaniac and the Viz, and we've got a special guest this afternoon, Mr. Dave Batista, doing an autograph signing here in Montreal at the GNC supplement store, and the line is going all the way down the street. Tons of fans, hundreds of fans lining up to see the former world champion Batista. So, without further ado, Batista, welcome to the main event. How you doing this afternoon, sir?
I'm great, man. How are you?
Doing very well. Thanks a lot. First off, recently being drafted from SmackDown to Raw, what was your reaction to that decision, and do you have a preference between one of the two brands?
You put me right on the spot, right?
Yeah.
You know, I was shocked, but you know, the cool thing was at the beginning of that show, Rey Mysterio got drafted over to, and he's a real good friend of mine. So, you know, I'd follow Rey anywhere. You know, so I knew that I was going to have someone to go into battle with. It was odd. You know, I was leaving a lot of close relationships behind. I built a lot of good relationships on SmackDown. So, you know, I really felt like I was leaving my family. So it was a little bit difficult. Yeah. And you know, honestly, I really don't have a preference, but I do miss SmackDown a lot.
Steve?
Well, as Ryan mentioned, the fans are down the street. They're going crazy, and you're obviously starting to get used to this by now, but what's one of the craziest things a fan has ever done when they got a chance to meet you?
I've had some odd experiences with women. You know, I think, you know, the funniest thing is always when, like, moms will come in, you know, with their kids, and you know, mothers will kind of throw themselves at me. It was just kind of awkward and embarrassing at the same time. But not a bad thing, but you know.
I've actually been reading your biography here, Batista Unleashed. How much work went into going into a volume like this? And I know you had some good stories about your mom in there. If you want to tell us one of them.
It was, you know. You gotta see this. You know, if Cena was here, they'd be chanting Batista sucks. But yeah, you know, it was basically, you know, I had a ghostwriter, a guy who wrote it for me, and I basically talked to him. You know, I do what we're doing now. I talked to a recorder for, you know, probably like 4 or 5 days straight. He took him on the road with me. I wanted him to experience what, you know, our life is like on the road, and through you know, a number of phone conversations. And he also talked with my mother and people that are close to me.
Yeah.
Stories about my mom. You know, I don't have any particular stories, but I'll tell you, my mom. You know, people come up to me all the time and say, you know, Batista, I'm your biggest fan. I always, you know, I oblige them, but there's no way. Nobody comes close to my mom. My mom is my biggest fan by far. She's carries around a stack of magazines and books wherever she goes, and she's just my biggest representative and my biggest fan by far.
Go ahead.
Hey Batista, you're here at GNC promoting a little bit of Nutribolics, and just wanted to ask you really quick. You started in OVW back in the day. You hit WWE by 2002, and you're headlining WrestleMania by 2005. You know, a 3-year journey. Looking back on it, how did you feel about it then, going so quickly, and how do you feel about it now?
It's still something that's really hard for me to believe. You know, and then it didn't. You know, it's funny. It seems quick. It seems quick when I think back on it now, but then it didn't. I mean, it seemed like it took forever. But I honestly never thought. I never thought in a million years I'd be headlining WrestleMania. So it's something I didn't take for granted and still don't.
Sure.
Every day in this business is a blessing because you never know when it's going to be over. Especially for a guy like me who started out when he was 30 years old.
You also recently worked what many consider to be one of the better rivalries with The Undertaker in recent memories. What's it like working with him in front of and behind the camera?
It's been incredible. You know, it was first, when you say it was an incredible learning experience. I learned a lot with Taker, and I think anybody who watched my work before I worked with Taker and after could see the difference. You know,
you improved a lot between those.
I improved
during that program.
I can't even tell you how much. And also it was something that I just enjoyed. You know, Taker and I have a very similar wrestling style. He's a lot more athletic than I've ever been or will ever be. But you know, very, very rough style, very you know, kind of a brawler style.
Strikers.
And we complement each other. We were magic in there. I believe. You know,
chemistry was amazing.
Chemistry was incredible. I think you know, and yeah, I'm prideful. Everybody knows that, but I think it's by far one of the best rivalries ever in professional wrestling.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm just I'm happy to call Undertaker my friend. I'm very proud, and I just love him to death, man.
I know in the ring right now, I have to say you're probably the best you've ever been, but I've got a question for you. I know when you first tried out with WCW, you had a tryout with the Power Plant, and they told you that you would never make it in the wrestling business. What was your thoughts at that time, and have you ever bumped into anybody from WCW and wished that they hadn't said that? Make them wish they hadn't said that.
No, you know, I've never seen it. There was actually, you know, it was only one person who said that. It was, I don't even know his real name. They call him Sarge.
Sergeant Parker.
Right, he's a jerk off. But, you know, I always wonder how much talent he actually chased out of that place because he had a Napoleon complex. But, no, you know, the funny thing is Chuck Palumbo was there at that tryout. He was actually going through the power plant at that time. I don't think he remembers me, but he's kind of the only other guy I really remember who was with WCW at the time. But the cool thing was I always remember, you know, Chuck was very positive going through the whole workout. He was kind of cheering me on, as well as the rest of the guys. He's just a positive guy. But no, I've never seen Sarge, and I was upset for about a day before I was just pissed. You know, I was just pissed off. You know.
This upcoming Sunday, August 17th, it's going to be you, Batista, versus your current tag team partner, John Cena, in the main event of the annual summer extravaganza, Summerslam. What can we expect from that matchup between the two of you?
You know, I don't know. It's going to be. I've never really had a one-on-one. Cena and I, you know, we went through OVW together, and we had some singles matches. But we're both just different people, you know, from that time. So I really don't know. It's you know, we've never been one-on-one in the ring. I don't know what to expect. I know he's an incredible athlete, incredible entertainer, but I don't plan on being outshined by anyone. So it's gonna be a good one.
All right, thanks for taking the time to be with us today, Dave.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy signing all the autographs here. You got a big lineup waiting for you.
Thanks.